Okay, we're recording. We're back in action. This time of Loves Days where we have 2 recordings. It's super great.
Hey.
Okay, here we go. Everybody ready?
Yeah.
Done with like all of them.
Hopefully you're all done by now because the internet kicked us all.
I just finished.
Look at you all coming back online. So responsible. All right, who got kicked off?
It was you and Daniel. Because I saw you two get. Yeah, it was because I saw you and Daniel both get frozen out at the same time.
And Miss Amanda and Christian, you were logged off too? Yeah, Christian, you don't have power at your house, your mom said?
Yeah, we just lost power.
Have no power.
Jonathan, you guys live out by Christian too, right? On the way out to Sherman Island. You guys lose power too?
No, we don't live by Sherman Island, I don't think. I'll ask my mom.
No, it's okay, Jonathan. It's okay. All right. Well, now that we're all on hotspots and making life work, let's finish this math problem, huh? Okay, so we used 5, hopefully, and I subtracted 215. Did you get 34, or is this my second mistake of the day? Yes, 34. Thanks, Aaliyah. Okay, so then I brought down my 4, and I saw a lot of you telling me the answer was 58. So you must have done 8 for the next one. Let me see. 8 times 3 is 24. 32, 33, 34. Look at that. Great work, you guys. Okay, we're gonna do one more. Last one. Let's see. Braxton, you get to pick up out of any problem you haven't done yet. Which one would you like to finish up with, Braxton?
A.
On which number?
Number A on the back, number 2.
A right here. Okay, everybody, we're doing 2A. Are we ready? Yes, you're live. Everybody good? Okay, 2A. Great. Let's start to you. You ready? Get my chat open again, and you can chat it to me when you think you've got it. Okay, you're stuck. I'm going to do it up here too, okay? First number goes inside. Okay.
Miss Tina.
What's up,
Jonathan? 2A and 2B are the exact same.
Exact same. Read the directions to it.
Mommy, I turned on the light in our room. It's not working.
Read those directions, Jonathan. Hope, Jonathan, you don't have power either, says Caitlin, huh? Doing math in the dark. Hey, Miss Amanda, that's a good one. All right, so I can't do anything with 2. Okay, I see lots of pencils moving. Great work, even those of us who don't have power anymore. Good job, you guys. Okay, so you're telling me I can't do any groups of 43 out of 2. If I scoot over one more, I've got 24. I still can't do anything. So now I'm trying to figure out how many 43s can go into 249. Okay, so I'm gonna try 5. I don't know what you did. If you think you've got the final answer, send it to me. I don't have any yet. Good job. I see Brandon's pencil flying. I see Polo working hard. Good job, Aaliyah. Really good work.
Miss Turner, which one are we doing?
Maddie, we're doing 2A. It's like your power and internet went out or something, Maddie.
I already did 2A.
Well, we were doing 2B before.
Darn.
Too bad, too sad.
But Maddie, what do you notice about 3A and 2A?
They're the same.
They're the same.
2A and 2B are the same.
And
They one has a decimal.
2A and 3A are the same. Do you guys see that? Look, 43249.4. 432494. So what are my numbers going to be on the top of there?
They're going to be the same, except the decimal's different.
It's still going to be a 5 and an 8, right? 5, 8. The only difference is instead of being an answer of 58, I'm going to have an answer of what?
you're gonna have
5.8.
5.8. Okay, so I'm going to have 5.8. What about on 2B? Same numbers, 43, 2494, except now my decimal's here. What's my answer going to be on 2B?
on 2B, it will be the same, but just with a different decimal.
Where's it going to be, Maddie?
The decimal will be a lot closer, I think.
So I'm still going to have the same numbers up there, right? 0.
Behind the 5 and the 8.
5, 8. But now my decimal's going to be in front like that, right? I can't see that very well. So it's the same math problem. The only thing that changes is the decimal, right?
Yeah, Miss Tyner.
Maddie?
I did different math problems than you. All the problems that I have are different because I didn't do 3A. And on this side, I did 1A and B.
Yep, that's what we did.
And then on this side, I did 2A,
Mm-hmm.
and then that's it.
Okay, that's all right. I'll still love you anyway. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna put our math to the side. You do not need to finish the math. You need to turn in what we did in class today, which is going to be 1A, 1B, 3A, 2A, 2B.
Wait, so we don't have to do the front 2 on the right?
Finish it. This is just our classwork for today.
Miss Tina,
Uh-huh.
I don't understand how you guys got. I don't really understand the 2 in general.
Well, Jonathan, it's the exact same division problem that we did here. The only thing that's different is it has a decimal in it,
Oh, so you.
right? That's what we were just talking about. So here I see 2494, 2494, 2494. On the outside, I see 43, 43, 43. So I'm going to have the same numbers, 0058, 0058, 0058. The only thing that's going to change is where the decimal is. Right? Does that make more sense this time, Jonathan?
Mhm.
Yeah? Okay. All right. For math today, all you need to do is turn in this page that we just did together. Sound good? Everybody got it? Everybody's ready? We're alive? Yeah? Brandon, I was enjoying that view of your ceiling. All right. You ready? Yeah? All right. We've got to read a chunk of Mom's Best Friend, just a little bit. And we're going to take a little bit of Columbus notes and we're out of here. I still have a goal of 10:30. Let's see if we can make it happen on this Friday, okay? So I need you to find your Mom's Best Friend story for me, please. We're going to finish this story hopefully on Monday. So we got to make a little dent in it today. We left off on page 377 over here.
The power's still out. Let's see. It's okay, Rosie.
My power came back on, Maddie. I just lost the internet in the middle of it.
Oh,
So now I'm in a non-hotspot.
our power is still out.
Is it?
Yeah, but we have solar backup.
Gonna
We
ask-
have solar backup, so that it probably covers our internet too.
Okay. We left off on page 377. We had read yesterday that the mom got paired up with a dog named Ursula. We read that the little girl thinks Ursula is too pipsqueaky. She's too small. We read that Pete, so the dog trainer, had to walk with Mom to make sure that he gave her a dog that walked at the same pace. Remember us talking about all that yesterday, right? So now she's been matched up with her new dog. Her new dog is Ursula. And so now she's going to start her actual training with Ursula before she comes home. She's going to stay there for about a month, you guys, before she's able to come home with Ursula. That's how long it'll take her and Ursula to kind of learn to work together.
That's a little that's a long time.
Long time, but I think it's worth it, don't you? To be able to have the dog to walk after we've watched some of those videos.
I got a question.
Hard it is. What's up, Braxton?
Do we watch a video every day?
I don't think we're gonna do one today, but I have one more to show you on Monday.
I was
much
trying
did the
to-
dog cost?
Maddie, I actually don't know that. I don't know how much it costs to have a guide dog.
I'll
All right, here
Google
we
it
go.
right now.
Let's focus. Let's get this read, okay, you guys? I counted yesterday how many pages we had. Oh, we'll make it. Okay, here we go. After 10 practice runs with Pete, Mom and Ursula soloed. That means they went by themselves. Ursula didn't stop at a curb, so Mom had to scold her and snap her leash, calling "Phooey." Later, Ursula crashed Mom into a low-hanging branch. Ursula will have to start thinking tall, Mom said that night, or I'll have to carry hedge clippers in my purse. Oh, you're frozen again. Let's see if you come back.
Good.
Oh, there you are.
There she
Back.
is.
You're back.
Miss Tiger,
Yes.
for a dog, it costs $1,200 a year.
You looked it up, huh? Good news, guys. Miss Tyner's back on the real.
200,000, you said?
1,200.
Okay, we got to keep going, you guys, so we can get through our story. Okay, are you ready? Even though Ursula had walked in Morristown a lot with Pete, she was nervous when Mom's hand was on the harness. Mom talked and walked differently, and Mom was nervous too. Ursula moved so much faster than old Merritt had, and Mom didn't trust her. Every day, Mom and Ursula made 2 trips. Every week, she mastered new routes. Each route got longer and more complicated, and Mom had less time to learn it. Every night, Mom gave Ursula obedience training. Come, sit down, rest, fetch. I thought she should try obedience training on Hoel. Who's Hoel?
The boy.
Yeah, her brother, right? She's just being silly. Right? I think you should train my brother too, right? You guys, what is a route? It says each week they mastered new routes.
I know what a route is.
What is it? Tell me, Braxton.
It's like a destination. Like, we're gonna take this route today. Like, hold on.
Braxton. All right, he's back. What's up, Braxton? Braxton, your clock's a little late. It's not 10 o'clock. It's 10:06.
Okay, so like a route is we're gonna take this route. Like, we're gonna go walk this way. Like, I don't know how to put it, but like a route.
So
This is
if
the
you
way we're
live
gonna go.
in Ileton, Braxton lives right there in Ileton, right? Right by Maywa, right, Braxton? Okay, guys, I want you to think for a second. If you were Braxton and you lived in Ileton, what is one place you would want your dog to be able to guide you to? What's one place you would want that dog to be able to take you?
The store.
What do you think?
Target. Do they get to walk
No
everywhere?
Target.
Maddie, I need you to stop blurting out so I can get through this story. Okay? Jonathan, what's one place you would want your sister, I was reading your text. What is one place you would want your dog to be able to take you, Jonathan?
My house.
Okay, but you're already at your house. So what's one place you'd want to be able to go from your house? Montserrat, I saw your hand. Did you have an idea? Where would you want to go, Montserrat?
Maybe I would want my dog to guide me to go to school.
Okay, so you'd want your dog to know the route to school. Great one. Amara, what were you going to say?
I was also going to say school.
Okay, where else in Ileton would you want to go, Braxton?
The store.
Which store would you want to go to? The Mexican store or DJ's?
The Mexican store.
Okay, so your dog would know the route to the Mexican store. Jonathan, where else?
Pineapples.
To Pineapples. Yeah, they're back open now. I got to know how to get to Pineapples. That's important.
Yeah.
We just ate the first thing.
Just a couple, like last week we had pineapples.
So, you guys, if you lived in the town of Ileton, there aren't a whole lot of places to go. But you can imagine if you lived somewhere bigger, you would want your dog to know different routes. The route to the grocery store, the route to school, the route to the park, the route to the baseball field, the route to wherever, right? So the dog is going to memorize these routes. Christian, I see your hand. What's up, buddy?
To the post office?
To the post office, for sure. That's a great one. There's not a lot in Ileton, but there is a post office. You're right, Christian. Okay, so she's memorizing these routes. Okay, now when she gets back home with her dog, she's gonna have to teach the dog all new routes, right? Because she's not in her hometown right now. Right now, she and Ursula are just learning to walk together. Okay, here we go. This is a question from your test, so you're gonna wanna tune in. While Mom worked hard, Dad, Joel, and I went on with our normal lives. School, homework, soccer, piano, spending time with friends. We divided Mom's chores. Dad did the cooking, Joel the vacuuming and laundry, and I did the dishes, dusting, and weeding. The first 2 weeks were easy. In a phone call, Mom said that things were getting easier for her too. Remember how tough curb ramps have been for me? She asked. They feel like any other slope in the sidewalk, so I can't always tell that I reached the street. Well, Ursula stopped perfectly at every ramp, and she guided me around, not under a ladder, and right past a huge parking lot without angling into it. But best of all, she actually saved my life. A jackhammer was making so much noise that I couldn't hear whether the traffic light was green or red. When I told Ursula forward, she refused to move and kept me from stepping in front of the car. Of course, Pete would have saved me if Ursula hadn't. Okay, a lot of information. Want to stop and talk about it for a second, okay? Have you guys ever been in a big city like Lodi or Fairfield or Antioch, and you stop at a traffic light and you hear that sound for the people crossing the street, the little beep boop, beep boop, beep boop sound? You know what I'm talking about? How you hear that beeping sound sometimes when you cross the street? Not in Ileton because we don't have any traffic lights, but in the bigger towns. Hand up, I know what you're talking about, Miss Tyner. I don't think you're crazy. You've heard that sound before at a traffic light. So what that's doing, you guys, it's actually for blind people. It's to help blind people be able to hear when it's safe to walk and also be able to hear where the other side of the street is. Remember we looked at that little picture of Mom walking out of the crosswalk and into the car lane, right? I have a video of this I'll show you in a second. So that's one thing. Also, when she talks about curb ramps, you guys, she's talking about how when you're on the sidewalk and you get to the street, how the sidewalk tilts down to the street. You guys know what I'm talking about? Like if you're riding your bike or your scooter or something, so you can go up and down the curbs, right? Well, when you're blind, you can't really feel where that hill starts. Have you guys ever seen, they're right outside school, even those little yellow little mats with the bumps that stick up? They have them outside Costco and everything like shakes out of your car as you're going to practice. You know what I'm talking about, right? Those are there for blind people because their cane will hit those bumps and they'll know that they're at the street. Does that make sense? And then the beep boop, beep boop, beep boop is to tell them when it's safe to walk and in which direction to walk. I told you I wasn't going to show you a video, but I lied because I found a good one about this. So here you go. You ready? I know this is your favorite part of this story. Here it is, 2 minutes. Hopefully the power stays on. Okay, here you go.
Everybody mute.
Everybody mute. Oh, I'm gonna make it bigger for you. So this is a blind person who's doing this video. So you'll see that his eyes, like we talked about, his eyes do look a little different from most people's
Distance.
eyes.
It's made it clear that the best memories don't happen miles apart. They happen when we're all together. Vacations closer than...
There we go. Okay, here it comes.
We are in Manhattan. We're at the corner of 38th and 9th Avenue over on the west side,
You
and
see
we're
it and
going to
hear
cross
it?
the street. So sometimes there's a tone or a click or a chirp or some kind of thing to indicate that it's going to be safe for me to cross the street. Now, I'm not sure that they have that here, so we're going to find out. And if that's not the case, then I'm going to have to listen for the parallel traffic and cross in front of me and stay away from the traffic that's coming on my left side. So this should be interesting. My worst case scenario is probably getting hit by a car and killed. We're located right now in Milford, Connecticut, which is a little town between Bridgeport and New Haven. I want to show you this crosswalk here because it makes noise. For this one, for example, there's a tone. Now it starts with a long, steady tone, and then it becomes a broken tone. And for the remainder of the walk, I don't have to listen to the traffic coming the other way. I can just listen for the tone, and it's right there. As I'm crossing the street, I went off course a little bit. And there's a car like right in the path, and this guy's left, over to your left a little bit. There you go. Okay, straight ahead. And I'm like, I can hear your car. You're not in a Prius. He was trying to help, so I can't begrudge the guy, right? I'm nervous. So I'm waiting for the signal to cross. Now there's no tones that let you know when to go, so I have to listen for the other traffic coming on the side of me. And if I can't hear that, I've missed my turn. All the different noise around. I mean, I'm hearing cars go right behind me as I'm crossing. I mean, would it kill anybody to put a tone or tweets or something that would sort of signify or indicate that it's time to walk? It's just a speaker.
Can you guys see how much easier that would be to do with a dog? Like a dog is not going to go off to the side like that and into a van. It's going to go straight because that's what dogs do. Even your dog would do that, but especially a dog that's been trained to do it, right? With the kids, go. Yeah.
What happens if the person's allergic to dogs?
Well, they're going to have to get real good with the cane or take.
They can get a cat.
I'll let you watch the last couple seconds.
That's all you have to do. When the hand comes up, you make the noise. But all in all, it's pretty daunting. It's pretty scary. And the street's a lot wider than I thought.
All right, I thought he was kind of funny. So having that signal, that sound, you can imagine how that would be really helpful. But on top of that, having a dog to help you cross the street, oh my gosh, it's going to be a game changer. Way better than trying to feel it with the cane. All right, let's get back to the story. We're trying to get through this before we run out of days. Here you go. Okay, I'm turning the page. I'm on page 378. This is going to be the last page we read today. Here we go. This is also going to be a question on your test, so you want to tune in. Mom barely asked about us. It was all Ursula, Ursula, Ursula. She seemed to be forgetting Merritt too. When a letter came a few days later, I was sure she didn't miss anyone. What is it? What are you learning? When the little girl goes, it was all Ursula, Ursula, Ursula. What does she say in that? Montserrat, your hand, what do you think?
She was a bit jealous and a little bit kind of like, hey, you just forgot about the other dog.
Mm-hmm. So she's partly jealous for herself, like, Mom, you're not talking about me. But she's also kind of like, I can't believe you're forgetting about Merritt, right? Okay, so here's her letter. Every year people ask me, how does Mom write a letter? The answer is, and if we were at school, I would check out a Braille book for you to see. But you can see on the next page, there's a picture of the little girl and she's using this typewriter looking thing. And what it does is it pokes, it makes little bumps in the paper that a blind person can feel. And that's called Braille. Braille. And usually I get you a book from the library for you to check it out. I will try to do that for when we get back. But you have seen Braille before because it's actually on the little door numbers to the classrooms. It says like classroom 118 on the door, and then it has like little bumps underneath. You've probably all felt them before. That's how blind people read, because they can't see the letters. They have to feel them. So this is her letter. Dear Bob, Hillel, and Leslie, today Ursula and I faced several disasters. Am I back now? Just gonna wait a minute. It's a wonderful internet morning. Are you guys back? Can you hear me now? There you are.
Yeah, we can hear
All right.
you.
You're
I was
moving.
able to hear you the whole time.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we could hear
I
you.
wasn't sure. I didn't want to keep going. I'm going to hope you can still hear me now. Here we go. Today, Ursula and I faced several disasters. She tried hard to ignore a boxer dog who wanted to play. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
A few minutes later, a Great Dane lunged out from nowhere, jumped all over her, and loped off. Ursula's instinct is to chase dogs, but she didn't move a paw after that one. As if the dogs weren't enough trouble, fire engine sirens went off. Ursula just strolled down the sidewalk. You guys saw that in the video, the first video we watched with the lady, how her dog wanted to go and check out that other dog. Do you remember that? And she had to kind of yell at her dog to not do that, right? Dogs want to play with other dogs. So
That's the thing. They're a dog, so their instinct is to
right,
just
you got it, Maddie. So
Never
there
teach your dog not to.
certain things we can teach them, but there are certain things that they're still going to want to do because they're a dog. Okay, we're going to keep going. Mostly life is smooth here. Seeing eye is a vacation. No cooking, no cleaning, lots of time to talk to new friends, like Dr. Hole, the veterinarian. And since I don't have many blind friends, it's a treat to be with my roommate and the 20 other students. We laugh about the same things, like the great enemy of the blind, trash collection day. Every 20 feet, there's a garbage can reeking of pizza, hoagies, and old cheese. Usually Ursula snakes me around these smelly obstacles, but sometimes the temptation to her nose wins out and I have to correct her, all the while holding my own nose. So dogs like trash cans because why?
because they have food in them.
Yeah, my dog is in not being washed. They get in our trash can all the time.
Oh, Honey used to get in the trash can all the time.
And I
So-
think it's interesting that in that video that we watched, the lady with the cane versus the lady with the dog, remember how she walked the route with her cane and then she walked the route with her dog? Remember? And it was trash day, so remember she was trying to get around those trash cans? So trash day really must be a pain. Okay, almost done. Some trainees really inspire me, like Julie Hensley, who became blind from diabetes at 22. Even though she's been blind for 12 years, she still teaches horses to do stunts. She judges her location from a radio playing music in the center of the pen and gallops around as fast as she ever did when she could see. Bob Pacheco used to race motorcycles and hunt. Then 2 years ago, when he was 29, he developed optic atrophy and became blind 2 months later. He took up fishing, swimming, even trapping, but something was missing. He couldn't get around quickly enough. After the first trip with his dog guide, he was overjoyed. Sally, he grabbed my hand. I don't feel blind anymore. Why doesn't he feel blind anymore? His eyes are suddenly fixed and he can see?
No, because
Hold on, Maddie. Hold on. Why doesn't he feel blind anymore? Sally, he grabbed my hand. I don't feel blind anymore. What's he mean? I got more than Maddie, whose brain is turned on here. Jonathan?
He doesn't feel like he's blind anymore because he has a dog guide.
Uh-huh. And how'd that change things for him, do you think?
Because he's able, because he didn't train the dog guide to like be his, like a hunting partner.
Okay. So do you think he's going to be able to go hunting now that he has a dog guide?
no.
Yes,
Why?
and sort of. It's just he won't be able to shoot guns and he won't be able to go hunting all the time. He can go.
He could go like out in the woods again, Jonathan. I think that's important to him. Maddie, what were you going to say, hun?
He doesn't feel blind anymore because it's a lot easier to get around.
I mean, you can still fish.
Good. He says that he did that, right? It says he took up fishing, swimming, even trapping, but something was missing, right? It just wasn't the same for him. The dogs are wonderful and the people here are very special. So are you. Love, Mom. All right, put it away. We're going to finish it Monday. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, we've got a couple pieces of information about Columbus to get written down, and we're out of here. I need you to find your binder.
I forgot. I was ready for it to be the end of the day, but
I
no.
know, me too. We got to get through this, guys. We're going to run out of
This is why you turn in your stuff. Now you have to do Columbus. So be
time.
prepared.
Torturing us.
Miss Tyner,
Yes, Maddie.
you should just let the people who turned in their work all week get out, but the people who didn't have to stay on and do it.
Well, but then you wouldn't know the things you needed to know for your test, so that won't work.
Darn.
All right, we've got just a little bit to add today, and we'll finish it on Monday. Here we go. All right, yesterday we covered some important stuff. I did post these notes for you for anybody who was missing any pages or pieces or paragraphs. They are posted from yesterday. I will drag them up to today so you can write it down. We talked about how this trip took a lot longer than Columbus had planned on. He started to keep his 2 logbooks, one with the truth and one with lies that he showed his crew. We talked about how the crew was worried about running out of food and Columbus was worried that his crew would throw him overboard and sail back home. Finally, after more than 3 months at sea, they spotted land. And we talked about how Columbus thinks he's on an island near India, but he's really in the Bahamas near Florida. Now, if you're missing any of this information from yesterday, I don't want you scrambling trying to write it down. It is posted, you can copy it down. What we're gonna do is add just a little bit more information here and then we're gonna finish it up on Monday.
I have to use a new piece of paper.
Me too, I'm on page 3 of my Columbus notes.
I'm on page 2.
I like to put numbers on my pages so I don't get confused.
I'm on 3.
Okay.
Ready? Here we go. Now, you may have heard people call the Native Americans who live in our country before we did. You may have heard them called Native Americans, and you've also, Polo, I need your attention, probably heard them called Indians. And you know that people are kind of trying to get away from the word Indian. And here's the reason why. Columbus thought he was in India, like we talked about yesterday, right? So Columbus thought he was in India. So we looked at the map yesterday. We talked about where India is and where he actually was, right? He thought that he had sailed around and was over here near India. But really, he had sailed this way and he was over here in Florida.
Wait, where did he want to go?
He wanted to be here in Asia, right? He was a little south of where he wanted to be, but he still thinks he's over here. He's very confused.
He's way wrong.
He's a little confused. Okay, so Columbus thought he was in India. So he called the natives he met Indians. All right, now you may have heard the word Indian and you may have heard the word Native American, but you may not know why people try to use the word Native American more often. It's not like Indian is a bad word. People from India are Indian. But these people who he met, they did not live in India.
Yeah, they were in
not live
America.
anywhere near India.
They were in America, fair and square.
They were not Indians. So this word was very inaccurate. Does that make sense? He wasn't trying to be mean. He just thought he was in India, so he called the people Indians. But when we still use that word, it kind of shows that we don't really know what we're talking about. So we want to use the word Native American because Native American means that they are native to America. They came here. They were here first. Those cliff dwellers, you know that. They were here before us. So that's why people try to switch away from that word. Okay. He called the island that he landed on, he called the island San Salvador. That's the name that he gave the island. Now, what's important for us to remember during this discussion is that this island already belonged to people. Belonged to the people who lived there. If I walked into Braxton's house and I said, hey, I found his house. I'm gonna call it my house. Can I do that? Like just because I found Braxton's house?
I mean, it would be robbery, but yes.
Right, I mean, I could do that, right, Jonathan? But it doesn't make a lot of sense, right? That's Braxton's house. I can't just walk in because I found it and call it mine. But in Columbus's head, you guys, this is very important. We're going to talk about this all year. In Columbus's head, he didn't really count the natives as equal to him. He thought that he was higher up than them, that he was better than them, and so he did not treat them with respect. Valeria, your face is perfect. Valeria's face is like, what? So he didn't see them as equals. Jonathan, if I walked into Braxton's house and I said, hey, I really like your house, Braxton. I'd like to buy it from you. Could I do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Braxton's. If I want to buy it from Braxton, I can do that. But I can't just walk in and say, well, this is mine now. I'm going to call it Miss Tyner's house. I can't do that. But Columbus thought he could do that because he thought that the people that he was encountering didn't have the same rights that he had. He thought he could.
Being racist.
It was, Jonathan. It was. And we're going to talk a lot about that on Monday, okay? Because it's important for us to know that Columbus wasn't necessarily a bad guy. He thought that what he was doing was okay. He wasn't like, I'm going to go and kill a bunch of people and be a jerk. That wasn't his plan. He just, this is how everybody acted. So that's how he acted too. We're going to talk a lot about that on Monday. But we're going to add to our notes the natives called their island. So their island already had a name, and it was not San Salvador. Guanahani. I'm going to look up how to spell that because I'm not going to remember.
Does the island still have that name?
I don't know what they call it now, Maddie. Good question. But he kind of came up on shore and he stuck his Spain flag in the sand and he said, this island belongs to Spain now and I'm calling it San Salvador. Now, the added complication was they didn't speak the same language, so the natives really had no idea what he was talking about.
Wait, why did
How did they know? How did they know they called it that name? It was so long ago.
How do we know that they called it that, or how do we know what Columbus called it, Braxton?
I mean, like, yeah, like, how do the people now know that they named it that if it was so long ago?
Columbus wrote down, he had logbooks. In his logbook, he documented what happened when he got there, Braxton. We're going to talk about that on Monday. Okay? But it was definitely a long time ago.
Wait,
That's a long name. There's a lot of A's.
Jonathan, what's up?
How did we find the logbooks?
Columbus brought them back with him to Spain.
Where did he put them?
I don't know. I'd imagine he gave them to the king and queen. But we still have them. They've actually been printed in English, so we can read them now.
Wait, they're like still around now?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
In like a museum?
Yeah, but they've been translated into English, so like you could check it out from the library, not the actual logbook, but like translation of
I wonder what the actual logbook looks like.
I don't know.
Miss Tyner?
Maddie?
You know what museum?
I don't. Maddie, what's up? Maddie, I froze. What'd you say, hun?
Did Columbus ever tell the sailors that he was lying about the miles?
I don't know that, Maddie. I like how much you guys are thinking about this. I can always tell when you're thinking because it leads to questions. All right, let's fill out planners. You made it.
There's like a tornado outside. It's so windy.
Tornado outside.
It looks. I love the winter, and I'm very happy. It's real
Oh man, it's a wonderful internet day. Wonderful.
winter.
From my window, I see like it's a dust storm.
Let's get these planners done before Miss Tyner loses internet again. Are you ready? I'm hoping that's a yes. Okay.
It feels like it's 0 degrees right now.
Oh, the good best today.
Miss Tyner?
Jonathan?
I'm just gonna let you know I'm gonna turn my stuff a little bit later.
Okay, that's fine. Here we go.
No,
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Daniel wants me to look up the logbook on the internet. I'll try, Daniel, see if I have internet power when I'm done. Here we go. We've got 4 things to turn in today. 1 is your journal. The next is math lesson 26 homework. I'm going to put in parentheses that we did that in class. You do not need to finish it. You just need to turn it in. Okay, we've got a flip grid. I'm going to count on you to listen and read about what you're supposed to do all by your lonesome little selves today. And the last thing you've got is Harry Potter chapter 14.
She hates that song.
Today we had 17 people. I didn't give you a marble for that.
Do we have two marbles?
Well, 17 is worth 2 anymore.
Hey!
My sister just told me to shut up.
It's harder. There you go. All right. 17 people. For math today, we did more division. Before that, we checked our grades.
Miss Tyner.
Yep.
I have a question about math. Was that like the beginning of our beginning of our division? Like when we had like the small, was that the biggest division?
Yesterday was the biggest. Today added decimals, and Monday adds decimals with a little bit weirderness to them.
Okay, so we're pretty much like starting from the big division to the biggest again.
But with decimals, yep.
Okay, I was just wondering.
All right,
I had trouble with the biggest division.
We checked our grades. We talked about our schedule coming up. We read some Mom's Best Friend.
Yeah.
And we did a little. Hopefully it's a little shorter. Because we'll all turn our stuff in. But it worked out for me. Got some stuff today. All right, on Monday, we do have Zoom. I'm going to remind us of all the days that we've got Zoom. We do have Zoom at 9 o'clock on Monday, just like normal. Okay? We'll go from there. So Monday's just regular old normal Zoom. Nothing has changed as of Monday. Okay? All right. I'm sorry for our internet snafus today. Some of us just finished class in the dark with no power. You guys are champions. Very proud of you.
Yeah.
Still had power. Man, you lazy slackers. Just kidding. All right. I'm going to see you all on Monday. Have a fabulous weekend. If you want to come to office hours, I will be there today to answer any questions or work on anything you want to work on. Make sure your stuff gets turned in.
Hey, Miss Hannah.
Jonathan, what's up?
The only reason I really had light was because my window's been open all day.
I leave my windows open too.
I leave it open because usually I